Hello and welcome to episode. That's not how I say it. Wow, I messed up the intro. I never mess up the intro. I'm one of your hosts, MC Fixer. This is my Xbox and me. I am alongside the one and only Mr. Too Fresh Crash.
Hello.
Is that your positive hello?
Yeah.
I like it. And of course, the one and only Mr. Paul Despawn.
Hello.
Oh, that's your sad one. Okay, well, this is episode 474. I forgot to say that. If you don't know, this is my Xbox and me, our weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/myxboxandme and all podcast services. I know what you're probably thinking. You should probably just redo the intro. No, we don't do that here. You get a bad intro, that's what you get, and it goes. Too much work.
Professional.
Now, with the whole 15 seconds. We have, if I really, really don't like it, but you're ruining what I'm saying now, Crash.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to my one take and me.
Yeah. Oh, what a great podcast that would be. That's most of our podcasts, let's be honest.
I was gonna say,
if you want to support the show financially, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. Support us on all podcast services. Drop us a review, drop us a subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on Twitch. Chaz, we're Patreon producer Erengard each and every week. We appreciate you, Erengard. Boys, how you been? Before we get into the topic of the show, how are things? Crash, what's new? Anything?
Yeah, so I realized earlier today that I really dislike somebody and I don't have the heart to tell them that I dislike them.
Would you like me to tell you? Would you like me to tell them for you?
I don't think it's something you can do. Maybe Despawn can.
Oh no, I can definitely do it.
oh, I can do it.
Okay. Go for it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Despawn, give me my one.
Wait, I think I've got this. Let me check.
Okay, yeah.
Nailed it. Go.
Perfect. Matt P video. Crash hates your fucking guts. The pure fact of the matter is, you have once again pretended to have COVID and not show up for the podcast is despicable. And Crash hates you to his core. He said to me when he met up with you in New York that one time, it was a pity on my behalf because I asked him to do it for you. And he hates your guts. There you go, Crash. I got you, bro.
I just want to correct one thing that was incorrect. The Fix asked me to do it.
Okay.
Oh,
Everything else. The pity part, all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That Mac guy. Oh.
All right. Well, I'm glad you got that off your chest, Crash.
Yeah, but that's not who I was talking about.
Oh, okay. So you hit two people.
Yeah, that's why I was going to let Despawn do it because I don't have the heart to tell the other person.
All right. Look, so I'm confused. Like, who do you hate?
It's pretty obvious.
All right. Wait, have I got my main? Let me have a look. Okay, I got this. All right, I got this. I just want this is from Crash, not from me. I just want to put that out there. Don't come for me.
That's not good. That's not good.
Don't come for me. Yeah, this is from Crash. Matt P video. You suck. You are the worst. That weird thing that you do with your elbow. Crash hates it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now you know. Let that sink in.
He just couldn't stop doing the weird thing with his elbow when we met up in New York the whole time.
Oh, man.
We went to the comedy show and he's just doing a weird thing with his elbow. It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well.
I generally don't know who you hate, but is it the internet?
No, it's me.
It's Fix. I was making a joke about hating Fix.
Oh, okay.
I understand. It's okay. I get it. So we're going to show this week, boys. Let's talk some Xbox. Xbox has delayed Obsidian's Avowed into 2025. We got a question that came in from Trenturous, who I thought was a pretty good one, so I thought I'd add it straight away, which is Xbox Game Pass lineup looks pretty strong lately. However, Avowed has been delayed to 2025. Do you ever feel that Xbox is stringing us along in order to keep people subscribed? They can't have a gap in their release schedules or people will unsubscribe. This is an interesting one.
Let me take.
Go on, please. No, please.
Short answer: yes. Long answer: they're not stringing us along technically, but they're doing smart business moves. Like, give somebody something on a regular basis. Like, it also means that you don't want to step on each other's toes when it comes to releases. But yeah, I don't think it's specifically a solely negative. Like, oh yeah, we are stringing you along. like that kind of thing. But no, I think that it's just a smart business decision not to overlap and make sure you've got things on a regular basis.
Here's my question that I would like to put before you is, do you think they knew this was going to be delayed before they announced, everything that got announced? And then you're like, we're just going to announce it later to not string people along, but to keep people subscribed.
No.
You're saying like way back when they announced the release date?
I'm saying, when did we see it last? Like, not E3, right? It was when we last saw it.
Yeah.
Do you think they knew then that the game was potentially not going to make it in 2024, but didn't want... I'm not saying this is the case, by the way. I'm just hypothesizing. But didn't want to say it then because they didn't want the lineup to look a little bit weaker, which it does now, which we'll get into. Or do you think this is just a case of game development is game development, and when they need to delay things, they will?
I think
it was released in a congested area as well. Let's be honest.
It was already released in a congested area. I don't think at the time they knew they were going to delay it because they were 100% pushing that it was going to be 2024 at that time. They could have just said coming soon. I genuinely, and I think as we said in the title of this, it's like I genuinely think this is because Stalker's got delayed. And they don't want to like overlap a massive open world, like granted different like settings and genres, but like another massive like RPG-esque game at the same time. I think it just makes sense to like move one out of the other. And the fact that Stalker's been delayed so many times, I think that's going to get the priority to get it out there.
What was its original release date? November or something?
I don't think they had an original release date. I think it was just announced for 2024.
No, they had a month. I could have sworn they had a month. I could have swore. I'll look it up.
I think this is a case of like it's a bit of both of like it is to save face for Game Pass a little bit to like extend it, but I also think partly it is the best thing for Avowed. I think not launching in holiday season this year is really, really good for that game. Because that's a game that people are interested in, but it doesn't have that sort of fan base around it right now to sort of propel it to get people to play it over other things that they might be interested in, where it would sort of get drowned out in the holiday season this year, I feel like. So pushing it into next year, I think, just makes the most sense for that game.
So couldn't find a month or a date, so I think you're correct. I think it was just 2024. New date, February 18th, 2024. Great month from what I'm seeing so far. What we have left for Xbox that they'll be releasing now, not all in Game Pass, but this is what they have coming up for the rest of the year. World of Warcraft, The War Within, Age of Mythology Retold, Ara, History Untold, Diablo 4, Vessels of Hatred, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Starfield Shattered Space, Towerborn. That is what we have left for the rest of 2024. With all of them coming to Game Pass other than World of Warcraft? Question mark?
Yes. No.
That's right.
Unless they announce something soon. I don't see you getting any kind of like link to Game Pass for that.
Yeah. So, okay, here's another question other than what's been asked already. How do you feel about that as a lineup for Xbox throughout the rest of 2024? What else? They haven't released anything yet this year, right?
I feel like something did come out this year.
Hellblade 2. Oh, Jesus, sorry.
Yeah.
Hellblade 2. Yeah, you're correct.
I'm gonna say something that might be a little bit controversial and people might disagree with me. I'm not gonna count.
Crash, you said you were being positive.
I know. I'm already going with it. It's not really negative, but it's just my viewpoint on it. I'm not gonna include World of Warcraft because I don't. For me, when I'm thinking of Xbox, it isn't included in Game Pass and it's not on console. So for me, it's hard to like look at World of Warcraft and be like, I'm including it. Like overall for Xbox, 100% relevant, and there is a conversation to be had around it for Xbox at large. But when we're talking about release schedule, I don't think I view it with the release schedule. Obviously, Xbox is gonna have a different view on that because for whatever, like,
no, I think you're wrong. I'm gonna be honest.
You think I'm wrong? Okay.
Yeah, well, only the reason if PlayStation bought Activision, and you would be like, oh, it's a PlayStation owned thing. Xbox own it now. Right? Oh no, let me change that. Microsoft own it now.
Yeah, but that's not. But that's I would have the same take for PlayStation. The difference with PlayStation is I think if PlayStation were to buy Activision, World of Warcraft, whether whether Blizzard wanted it or not, would be on PlayStation.
Oh, 100%.
So that's where that conversation would be different. And that's the only viewpoint I have with it. And you can argue that's wrong, and that's 100% fair.
Xbox is now an ecosystem, man.
You know
We're not
what?
just
You're
a
right.
console.
I take back my opinion.
You don't even need a console anymore, man. We got the Amazon Fire Stick, dude. Come on.
You can't play that on the Fire Stick. You can't play that on the Xbox ecosystem. Yet. Yeah, correct.
Yet. Just wait. That's going to be the big one. That's Gamescom announcement. Putting it here first. I'm putting it here first. World of Warcraft is coming to cloud.
The Fire Sticks?
The cloud.
Oh, not Fire Sticks.
Specifically, just cloud. No,
that's what I'm saying. Not Fire Sticks specifically, though.
That's my first prediction.
Wow. Okay. Are we doing a Gamescom prediction?
I think it'll happen at some point.
Look, guys, let's have should we have an honest and open conversation with the audience?
Hi, audience.
We do these prediction episodes and then we forget to do the scoring of the prediction episodes. It becomes, we're doing the prediction episodes.
This year, I blame one person specifically, and that's
only.
Fix.
Matt. Oh.
Because Fix put the onus on Origin Cookie Man. He never accepted the responsibility to tally and keep score. Even though the previous year he gave it to Origin Cookie Man. Origin Cookie Man did a whole PowerPoint on it, and we never went over it. So I blame wholeheartedly one individual, at most two. Fix for sure, and then we can throw Matt under the bus somehow. I'm sure we can figure out logistics of it.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Matt made a whole spreadsheet, didn't he? With scores and stuff, and we still didn't do it. Look, sometimes I'm forgetful, and the audience doesn't always hold me accountable for those type of moments. Other things they have definitely held me accountable for, but those type of moments they have not. So I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying, kind of blaming everybody who listens to the show. You clearly didn't want to know the scores. I said it. To answer your question, yes, we're doing predictions. Yes.
Cool.
Those episodes always do very well. So
I'm going to say, I've got the SGF predictions if you want to know who won.
No,
because those are your scores that you gave it based off what you want to happen.
I don't care. No, don't work. Okay. Get back to topic. Do you think, so Chris, you say, You're ranking this without World of Warcraft, which whatever. I don't agree, but sure.
I think it's a good lineup. I think for the rest of the year, I think it's solid. I think not having Avowed there does suck a little bit, but you still have a bunch of big hitters. You have Call of Duty, you have Indiana Jones, you have the new Starfield DLC, you have Diablo DLC. I think it is Flight Simulator was huge. We'll see how this Flight Simulator does, which I'm more interested. People have experienced it. It got like really big. I'm interested to see how the next one does with people. But other than that, like I think next year is pretty late for Xbox so far. So moving it into next year, and it's early next year. It's not like it's too deep into next year. I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah. Despawn, you happy with the Xbox lineup thus far?
Yeah, I mean, the second half of the list more than the first half, just because of my personal preferences. But yeah, I mean, again, Age of Mythology, I think there's a ton of people that are going to be excited for that. Ara History is Ara History Untold coming to consoles, or is that just a PC thing?
I think it's just PC.
Oh, that's PC. Okay.
I'll check up.
So, and then you've got, like Diablo, Call of Duty, two massive games there. Flight Sim, as we said, was one of the most well-received games last time for Xbox after Forza Horizon 5. And then, you've got Starfield DLC and Indiana Jones. Like, on average, we're looking at 2 big hitters a month for the rest of the year. That looks like a good time for me.
Big hitters? What are you coming out on this 2 big hitters a month? What are you talking about here?
I mean, you don't think Diablo and Call of Duty in the same month is big?
Yeah, that's big.
You're going to say Age of Mythology and Ara History Untold are big hitters. I wouldn't classify either of those as big hitters.
Okay, I'm glad we agree with each other here. Thank you. I thought you was about to fight me on this, and I was about to get upset.
I love Age of Mythology. Look, I wish it's Age of Mythology is a big hitter.
Yeah,
well, it's a remake. It's a remake and a new God game. Like I wouldn't say either of those are big hitters in September. I agree with you in October.
Mm-hmm. I can see Indie dropping in November. Starfield probably around similar time. And then Tower Bomb.
Indie in November is interesting. Where in November would you put it? I don't think it comes to November. I think it's a December game. October?
What? Oh, no,
where do you fit it in?
It can't be October. You're right.
It can't be October. And then between Call of Duty and Microsoft Flight Simulator, I don't think there's like a good period to drop indie. I don't see it.
End of November? We'll find
November,
Gamescom, right? Sure.
Yeah, okay. End of November works because it is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I feel okay. They could drop it around Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, November.
Okay, let me bring up a calendar. Let's have a look. If we look at November, let me have a look. So yeah, I think you're looking at the 29th or either the 26th or the 29th, Tuesday or the Friday. That last week in November is where my head goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or for indie, but could be wrong, but I think so. Yeah.
I could say that.
Yeah. I think that could happen. I would say the 29th with that.
But then I would still only say you only got one big release then. I don't think Flight Sim's gonna hit the same way it did the first time. The way, like you were saying, Crash. I feel like people who have enjoyed that experience are gonna go and enjoy that experience again. Yes, but I don't think you're gonna get the casual audience again to go, oh, I'll try this out.
First Flight Sim was also COVID time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because you're right.
Yeah.
You could see the pretty outside in the place, right? So I think that probably plays a part with it. It'll be interesting. Like if it does, then I think that sets up Flight Sim in a very interesting way for the future of Xbox. That's very dope. But I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then Indiana Jones, I think it can go one of two ways. I think it's either going to come out and it's going to be a 8, 9, 10, or it's going to come out and it's going to be a 6 or a 5. a 7, 6, 5. Like that's where I think it's gonna sit. It's gonna be very much loved, or people are not gonna love it. Machine Games, right? Who are making that one?
Yep.
I'm trying to think what was their last game?
Was it the co-op?
The co-op Wolfenstein, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought it was. Yeah.
Which
I don't think that reviewed as well.
No, that one wasn't received super well.
But I think it's because they tried something new, and I don't think people wanted that.
Is that not what Indiana Jones is, though? Going from third person to first person in some instances. It's not exactly not taking a risk.
I think people will be more open to a risk on something like Indiana Jones because like people wanted what they want from Wolfenstein. And didn't get it. Whereas like Indiana Jones, with it being not a new IP, but a different IP that they're working within, I think people are more willing to like take a risk. I know there's a vocal minority on the internet who are very much against it, but we know about the internet.
I don't think taking a risk is necessarily the issue. I think it's the way it's perceived, right? Because the one time we've seen them not do something that's in line with what they normally do wasn't received super well, right? Which is the young blood thing. I don't think that spells it either way because there's not enough of a sample size of them like going outside of that genre. It could just be what they tried with Young Blood. I think that'll be a very interesting showing. But I agree with Fix. I think that'll either be like really good or really bad. But regardless, I do think that it is still a big hitter for whenever that drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, Young Blood, Metacritic, the PC version at least 69. Didn't blow anybody away, right? Like it's one of those ones. So yeah, I'm interested. It's been a long time though. 2019, their last release. So this game's been in development a while, and I'm actually excited for it now. After that last show, and I've really enjoyed what they showed of indie. So like Despawn said I would be as well. Remember when I was slugging it off? Remember when I said no one cared about indie? I remember. And then looking forward to 2025, boys, Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom, Fable. All games I'm excited for.
Yeah. 2025 looks like it's going to be, if all of those end up hitting 2025, it's going to be a good year.
For Xbox. Yeah. Especially, yeah. I'm interested. But to spin it back to Trentress's question, no, I don't think they're stringing people along. I think game development's hard and things get delayed. I wonder how. Again, the pessimist in me does wonder how long they've known this, but
they've definitely known it. I think they've probably known it since the Stalker delay got announced. Whenever that happened,
I think as soon as that Stalker delay dropped, they're like, we're going to be looking at pushing this back because we're not ready. I think Xbox will have had some internal conversations at that time. Well,
from the conversations that have been going on, this delay doesn't seem like it's a they need necessarily more time with the game. It's just not the right time to release the game.
That's what I mean.
Which
like, I think. Go on.
I actually I commend them for that. I think that it is a great move to be willing to delay a game 2-3 months or whatever the case is, so the game releases at a good time. Because we've seen the cases with them, EA, Sony, and stuff like that, where they release games and they sort of eat each other up, and one of the games ends up failing. This happened with Battlefield, Medal of Honor, Battlefield, and whatever other shooter EA was working at the time. They've done those sort of simultaneous releases that just don't work.
Do you remember that? Do you remember when they released Titanfall and Battlefield together?
Mm-hmm. Like within like a week apart or something. It's just nuts. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
Nuts.
Somebody wanted one of those games to fail. Somebody.
Yeah. Well, one of them did. So one of them did. Should we get into this week's dashboard? Actually, no, let's jump into what's been in our box. What you boys been playing? What's been going on? Despawn, what have you been playing?
I'll give you one guess what I've been playing as the Elden Lord.
Oh, you still playing Elden Ring?
Yeah.
He started a new playthrough in the seamless co-op thing, which I think is crazy. I can't play Elden Ring again right now. I'm like tapped out on it. Yeah, I can't. Because like Despawn mentioned in the Discord group, he's like, I got it installed. I tried it out. It's working. Let me know if you guys want to hop into some Elden Ring or whatever soon. And I'm like, I'm not playing that for a minute. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm not playing that for a minute.
I'll play it eventually with you, but my issue is I'm behind on like everything again. Yeah.
Oh, I am too, but also, well, the thing is, so I installed it to try it and see if we could get it working, how easy it was. And then one of my mates jumped in to help me just to test what it's like to get the co-op to work. And then yesterday I played 12 hours. And I've made it to Mog. And yeah. Oops.
I don't get it.
I'm having fun, all right? It is a lot of fun, like seamlessly co-op, go on.
Here's the thing, going in the future, if there's ever a Souls-like game and Despawn gives it shit, I'm going to give Despawn the most amount of shit I have in my whole life.
As you should.
Every time these showcases happen, a Souls game comes on and Despawn's the first one.
He is the first one to moan. That is very true. He is. He is the first one to complain about it.
No more complaints. Well, it depends if they come with a seamless co-op or not.
You beat Elden Ring without a seamless co-op.
That's true. I did. But now I get to do it again with friends. Also, I've been playing the Marvel Rivals beta.
So I got a good story about this.
Go on.
I installed it.
Great story. Is there an ending to the story? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You impressed?
I'm so impressed that you managed to install
1
a
out of
PC
10
game.
fix.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
1 out of 10. How are you rating it so far?
The installation process was seamless. It installed really fast. The art on Steam looks really good. 7 out of 10. Might play more.
Might install again.
Might install again. Well, the beta is over again, right? It's done again.
I think I don't know if there's a couple more days on it. I'll have to double check.
Or it might be the console version then.
How did you even get into the beta?
Me? Because I know people, bro. Come on.
No, I'm asking like the general, like how was the beta process for this?
You can sign up. Twitch streamers are giving away codes. Obviously, if you are a creator, there is a creator form. There's a bunch of ways in there.
Got it.
If your name's MC Fix,
you
know a guy that knows a guy that sends you a code.
That's
I wasn't asking for you to humble brag, Fix. That's not where my where my question was going.
Can I humble brag? I know a guy.
Yeah,
go for it.
He sent me a code. Yeah. That's literally what happened for me. I posted online. I was like, I want to get in. I want to get my Namor fix again. Yeah, Namor's my favorite character at the moment. But yeah, and then someone just sent me a code. So I was like, sweet.
PC version's still going. You're correct.
Sweet. So. You want to play some Marvel Rivals later?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's better than no. It's better than no.
It's better than no.
Have you played it, Crush?
No, I haven't played it at all.
Why have you not played it?
I don't know, bro. Why do you think I was asking how you get into the beta? You know the answers. I don't know why you're playing this game with me.
Because Crash doesn't know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, I don't know a guy. I know a guy who knows a guy. I know a guy who humble brags about knowing a guy.
You literally know two guys. You know two guys who know guys, but yeah, they haven't sorted you out with a code yet.
That's crazy.
I mean,
that's disgusting behavior.
Technically, we know a guy who knows a guy. So on Crash's side, he knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. At that point, it gets a bit hard.
As far as I'm concerned, I know two guys who say they know a guy who know a guy.
Okay.
But I don't know that they know a guy that knows a guy, you know?
I know.
I know. Well, what do you think of it anyway, D-Spawn?
I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's got some issues that I think, balancing will, like, going up against Magneto is a pain in the ass. But yeah, I think I can see there being a long future for this game. I think if they keep, supporting it and working on that balancing, I think there's going to be a lot of fun in there. The matches are really fun. The world destruction is a nice touch. The team ups are really fun. I think there's something unique in here. I think they need to work on how attacks feel. Like they don't feel like very impactful. You're a massive superhero doing massive damage. Like there was a point where I was playing as Thor and I just felt like I was whiffing every shot, even though I was making contact. Like it wasn't like a hitbox thing. I was making contact, but it just doesn't feel like you're hitting hard. And I think they need to work on that kind of thing. But all in all, I think it's a good base to work from. I think there's a lot of interesting dynamics there with the team up abilities. I'm interested to see more of it and see what new characters do.
Have you played the little baby shark?
I've not played with him, but I played against him, and he's a little annoying. He's got a really cool ability where he can eat you and then spit you off the edge of a map. So that's always fun.
I saw a clip of somebody playing him, and he picked up the enemy team and then sent them into his base. Because you can go through walls because it's your own base. They get stuck in there, so you can just sort of walk out and do whatever you want while they're stuck in your base.
Oh no.
That seems hysterical. That's definitely going to get fixed, but
that's going to get patched out
funny
real
to
fast.
watch.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun. I recommend it. If you know a guy who knows a guy, then definitely give it a go.
Or just watch some Switch streams and then you're sorted.
There you go.
Yeah. Interesting. Crash, what have you been playing?
I tried Dungeons of Hinterburg. Yes. I liked it. I think the setup for it it's sort of being a vacation thing where you go to a town that has its own special magical properties, the only spot with magic in the world, and then sort of exploring dungeons and sort of the way it becomes a cathartic experience for the player is very cool and interesting. I will say the art style is kind of off-putting at times. Sometimes it works really well, but sometimes seeing stuff in motion, like they'll have a still shot that looks really gorgeous, and the second you get control and you start putting it in motion, it's sort of the beauty of it kind of falls away a little bit. The combat is okay. I don't think the combat's that special or amazing. I do think the puzzle system's pretty cool and the powers they give you. Overall, I think it's a really cool game. I think if you're into those type of more, I'd put it like what's the genre people are on about now? Cozy games. Would you put it into a cozy game? Despawn? I think that'd be more of a you question. Because you do go around town, you hang out with people, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mentioned because I played it briefly a couple of weeks when it dropped. I'd give it. It's got cozy vibes to it, like outside of combat. It's very much about relationship building and those kind of things. But yeah, when you come to like the in combat stuff, I think that's where it kind of loses those cozy vibes.
Got it.
But yeah,
not a bad game. I don't know if I'm super crazy about it, but I think it's just so more personal nitpicks about the game as opposed to like faults of the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
You look confused, Fix.
No, I just tried to install it on Game Pass, Dungeons of Hinterburg, and it said I wasn't old enough.
Yeah, it's a 40+ game.
Dungeons of Hinterburg is rated above the restrictions set on this account. To install, please ask an adult to sign in and download. Okay, I'll look into that later.
Did you mess with your account at some point, Fix? Did you change your birthday?
I didn't know, but apparently I can't install it. This is definitely one of the games that's on my list to play. I agree with you though. Haven't played it yet, but the art style for me is the biggest hurdle at this moment in time. I know everybody else really enjoyed the art. Everyone else when it was announced really enjoyed the art style. I didn't, unfortunately. But it does look fun. It does look fun.
Yeah, like I said, I think the art style's a little bit to go, but once you get over it, it's like it just fades a little bit into the background. Like it doesn't become too much of an issue for me.
Have you beat it?
No, not yet. I'm still on I think 5-6 dungeons down now out of the 25.
82 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
So doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Right.
What about you, Fix? What have you been playing?
My internet just died.
I think it's Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you both froze for me as well.
Very interesting.
Technology.
We'll keep powering through.
I was to say, what have you been playing?
Nothing, honestly. All I've been playing is X-Defiant. And unfortunately, so there's been a new update for X-Defiant. Daytona map's been added. They finally have fixed some of the big issues on ranked, which is fine. Like it's one of those ones. It obviously quality of life fixes means you can actually finish a match and actually get the XP, which you wasn't able to do if you died at the end of a match, which was very annoying. I
did hear about that one.
Yeah, my biggest issue with the game at the moment, unfortunately, isn't the game's problem.
Okay.
There's not enough. So from a content creator perspective, there's not a lot of content creators playing the game, which then means there's not a big audience for viewership, which is, again, that's a side issue. It has nothing to do with the game per se. And then on top of that, you have, it doesn't seem like there's enough players playing the game. Right. I'm not having any issues getting games. A few streamers have been saying they've been having issues getting games. Wait times are longer than they expected, etc., etc. I've not had that issue in my time zone at all.
So, a couple of questions for you. One, you say it's not a big deal that there's not a lot of creators playing it. I feel like in this day and age, that is a big deal.
No. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. What I'm saying is it's not the game's fault.
Yeah, true.
I can't say the game's bad because people are not playing it.
Yeah,
like people are going to either drive with it or they're not going to. Right, it's one way or the other.
Yeah. And then secondly, in regards to like people having long load times, is that because I know that there's certain issues where certain people don't want to play certain maps, so that can increase. Oh, like certain modes.
Game mode. It's game mode. Yeah. So I think that's the problem. I play every game mode other than Occupier if I've got a squad with me. So I'm able to get games pretty. If you're just solely, I just play TDM.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's when there's going to be issues. But I've been enjoying the game. I've got my MP7 to the final skin, the plasma skin. My other issue is they updated the game and it's totally set off my aiming with this new update. So I'm still struggling to get that back in. But yeah, I'm enjoying it for what I've played. I've played probably about 100 hours now of it. So yeah, I think I'm ready to move on from it, I will say. Unless Daytona's like the map's really good and that just keeps me in. And then ranked, I'm just not feeling ranked. You know, it's fun, but it's very sweaty. And the problem with public matches is you're coming up against the same people in your time zone quite often. So yeah, it's one of those ones. So it's not bad, but I think I've had my amazing feel with the game. I'll probably play a little bit more, check out the new map, and then probably move on to something else. So I should have.
I was going to say, do you see this being one of those games that you come back to like for new seasons, sort of regular, like jump in for a week and test it out?
Probably not. Okay. My issue with a game is as we've learned, right? Doesn't matter what it is. I fall in love with it and then I'm in it for 100 to 200 hours and then I dip. Very rarely does something get me to come back to it and then play it again. I think when COD drops, I think the unfortunately X-Defiant is going to have to do something really, really special to be able to retain its player base. Obviously, I'm not talking about that initial launch period because people are just going to jump over and try that out and then they'll figure out what they want. but I don't know what they have up their sleeve to like combat when COD comes out. Yeah. And what can you really do to combat COD? It's hard, but I don't think it's a lack of quality of the game though. That's the thing. No, it just they need they need private matches for tournaments. That'll be huge for the pro scene and people who want to go competitive with it, tournaments, etc., etc. They need to add bomb, which is their search and destroy. But they have communicated all this really well. That's one thing I want to give credit to Ubisoft for. Again, I work for Ubisoft. Take everything I say with a pinch of salt. But they have done really a great job of doing these X-Defiant debriefs that they've been doing. I think they've done 2 now, and they do Q&As at the end where they answer like the most popular questions and the updates. They go through the maps and whatever. It's all produced really well. All looks great. It's only like 20 minutes long, maybe a little bit less than that. But they've been very open and honest. Like, all right, these are the issues that we know about. We fix this, we've rolled this back. This is why we buffed this gun. But they have been very open. That's kind of what you want from games like this, right? You don't want to be sat waiting with like, we want bomb. It's like, all right, we'll stay silent on bomb until it's ready. It's like, no, we're working on bomb. It should be here by soon. Like, we don't have an exact date. And I don't think that's a bad thing from their perspective.
So I've been, obviously, again, I don't work for Ubisoft. I do moderate for the channel when you're on it, but that's about it. But like, I've been keeping up to date with the X-Defiant stuff, and they have been really good with the communication. I think Ubisoft in general are pretty good as a company for communication.
I think so.
Yeah. Like, again, even like for whatever people's opinions on Skull and Bones were, I think they were very up to date on everything with what they were doing, what they were working on. And yeah, I think it's a good sign when the developers are this willing to talk openly about what they're working on. I feel like as long as the passion's there from the community, I think this game's got a chance to live long. But I think, as you said there, it's very much a case of like, how are they going to combat the drop off when everyone jumps over to Call of Duty? Because as we've talked about, this is the most accessible version of Call of Duty you're going to get with it being on Game Pass. It's going to be available day one, like everywhere. Like there's no kind of like priority per platform, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one to see if they can kind of keep that momentum going on X-Defiant side.
Yeah. No, exactly. But I don't think it comes down to the quality of the game, and that's the main thing. So
absolutely not.
Yeah, but that's what I've been playing, boys. Should we get into some news real quickly?
Go on, man.
First one, Playground Games has 3 game studios. They previously had 2 and continues to grow. Quote, today, Playground Games has 3 world-class studios in Leamington Spa in our original HQ. We continue to support and grow the huge, vibrant Horizon community in our new studio on the other side of town. We are excited to be developing Fable, a new beginning for the legendary franchise. So yeah, Playground Games obviously now got 3 studios. We don't know what the third is working on, but it sounds like what I would assume is one team working on Fable, one team working on Forza community stuff in terms of like updates and things like that across Horizon and Motorsport, and then the team that's either working on Horizon or Motorsport on top of that as well. So
So Motorsport wouldn't be affected by this because it's not Playground that work on that. It's Turn 10.
Oh yeah, of course it's not. You're correct. Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, what I could see is definitely, like I say, we know there's I don't know if you guys saw the news. There is a new update coming to Forza Horizon 5 that they're announcing at Gamescom. There's like a new mode or something. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be. But this seems to me like very much like you say, one team working on Fable, one team working on the Horizon series, and maybe another team working on either support for those 2 studios or working on ideas for a third game.
It could easily be a marketing teams and things like that as well. I know it's game studio, it's a development studio, so I don't know. I don't know.
Support studio for their own.
Exactly. That's kind of what I thought as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they got 3 games on the go. I think it's Fable and Horizon. Maybe there's a team. Maybe the third team is the team that's doing like prototyping and things like that. But
so they'll assist while they're figuring out whatever they're gonna work on before they dive deep into it or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, we also don't know the size of the third studio or anything like that. We don't know the sizes, so it's kind of hard to guess what's going on. But I think that's dope to see. that much faith go into Playgrounds to a degree for them to get a third studio.
I mean,
it feels weird, but they have proven themselves, right? Like Horizon has smashed it out of the park every single time. And what we've seen of Fable so far looks amazing.
Yeah.
So obviously we have to hold our judgment for Fable until it comes out. We actually get our hands on it. But yeah, I'm Playground. If we were again, and we will eventually be doing ranking every, I'd put Playground very high on my list of like Xbox owned studios. Very high.
It's definitely one of their better purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I agree with that.
I agree. Moving on, Microsoft and Activision have formed a new team within Blizzard to work on smaller AA games based on existing IP. This was taken from Windows Central, and what you need to know, they say, over the past few weeks, many King employees have switched their LinkedIn profiles from King to Blizzard. Windows Central can also reveal that Microsoft and Activision have formed a new, smaller team within Blizzard comprised of King and various other employees to work on AA games based on existing Blizzard franchises like Overwatch, Warcraft, StarCraft, and beyond. Last but not least, Microsoft is keen to leverage its huge back catalog of franchises it acquired within the Activision Blizzard purchase of previous years. What is the number one thing you would like to see become a mobile game? Because that's all I think this is.
You think this is just moving the King employees to do mobile?
I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong because they say AA, but there's that horrible sinking feeling in me that's like, oh, we're going to see a Crash Bandicoot mobile game and a Spyro mobile game and all this stuff. Again, I know there's a big difference. And there's probably even a bigger difference in them switching their profile names from King to Blizzard. When I think King, I think mobile. When I think Blizzard, I think PC/console. Yeah. So maybe I'm totally wrong and I'm off basis. So let's go with the full process if it's not. What's the AA game you would like to see come out of this? And it's not mobile, strictly a AA game on console and PC. What would you like to see?
I think you've already said it. I think I'd like to see somebody working on Crash.
Yeah, but do you want that as AA or triple?
I think
does Crash need to be triple?
Yeah, I don't think Crash needs to. I think you can get away with a good double.
Place for Bob's double or triple?
That's an interesting question.
I think it's.
I think it's
a lowercase triple A.
Oh, now they're indie technically.
Now that they're indie, I'd say it's double A. Now that it's indie, I think it's double A.
So when it was owned by Xbox, it was triple A. Now that it's now that they're independent.
They never put out a game.
Well, they were owned by Xbox still.
That's true. I do think there's a difference because there's a difference. There's a different well of money there, right? There's a different like if Xbox decides not to give it to them, that's on Xbox. Now they're like limited in what they can work with on their own, right?
Yeah,
is my thought process behind that, but I'm sure other people have whatever. A fighting game. Give me a Blizzard fighting game.
Would you want a AA fighting game though? You want those to be like AAA, right?
No, I don't want triple. I don't need a AAA fighting game.
Okay.
What's a AAA fighting game going to get me?
A Tekken or a Street Fighter.
You think we see another Sekiro?
I don't know how that deal works.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know if they can make it without FromSoft.
Okay, I was gonna say it wasn't gonna be from FromSoft. I wasn't saying it was gonna be from FromSoft.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like. If it's solely on Activision, like Activision can go out and make their own Sekiro game. I think Xbox makes a Sekiro game at some point with or without FromSoft.
Yeah. I think it will do terribly because everybody wants FromSoft to work on FromSoft games.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't see that happening without FromSoft and Activision coming together for that.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think of like all these. My mind just goes to Tony Hawk Pro Skater, a AA Tony Hawk I'd be happy with. And then when I think Activision, I think a bunch of licensed stuff. Unfortunately, I think of like Spider-Man games and James Bond games, and then they do Transformers as well. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they do all the Transformer games? I think they did.
Yeah. I'm fine with like you take any of those IPs and you wanna even if it's like something specific within Blizzard, Overwatch, Warcraft, whatever it is, and you want to make like a third person action adventure sort of game that's AA, I'd be fine with that as well.
Overwatch single player game? Oh my god, that would be cool.
Nobody wants
That'd be
that.
crazy. Imagine they created a new game that was sold purposefully for the to sell single player Overwatch, and they cut all that out. That'd be crazy, right?
That'd be crazy. Who could do such a
They
thing?
would do that.
They would never do that. It'd be silly to do that, Crash.
Yeah. I mean, they mentioned StarCraft in this. Could we see StarCraft make a return?
Probably. You spend that type of money and then not bring back franchises that people care about.
If you see StarCraft make a return, Despawn, are you more into StarCraft? Are you into StarCraft at all?
Not really. But I know
okay, because I was going to ask a question. It was going to be, would StarCraft return as like what it was, which is the RTS game, or would they return it in some sort of other way? Because I think AA, I don't think you do your typical StarCraft, but I also don't know if your typical StarCraft really sells well is the thing now.
Yeah,
I don't know how big RTS games are. I'm not in that like space.
No, I'm not in that space either, so I can't really answer that. But I'd love to see them do something similar to what we were getting with Space Marine 2. Just like playing as one of the characters from StarCraft in a kind of linear story. And again, we've seen stuff with, is it Darksiders? I might be thinking of the wrong name.
Oh, the top-down game that they made. Yeah, you're thinking of...
What am I? No, I'm not
actually.
I'm thinking it's the one that THQ Nordic just announced as a new one coming.
Yeah, Darksiders, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Darksiders.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it may be like they are marketed as AA titles, so we could get something like that.
Yeah.
Give me a new Shrek game, you know?
New Shrek? I'm down.
I'm just looking into all the stuff Activision does now. I'm like, oh yeah, it was all licensed stuff. It's like Shrek 2, Shark Tale, Madagascar, Shrek Super Slam. Like, you think they still got those licenses?
No, probably not.
No,
no. There's a new Shrek movie coming, so maybe we could get a Shrek tie-in.
I don't think Xbox would.
Oh, you don't think
definitely
so? No. If it was Activision, I think they'd jump at the chance. Like, we can make another Shrek game.
Yeah.
New Deadpool game?
That'd be nice. Or if this one will
doubt
cost
they
$100
still have
million
that
as well.
license.
The first game didn't do well though. People did not like the Deadpool game, unfortunately.
Some people liked it.
Not most people. Not most people. Next up, Xbox Q4. I know you guys love hearing about financial results, so here they are. Gaming revenue is up 44%, bolstered by Activision. Looks like it was about 48% revenue. Quote, we have been down -4% if the company hadn't acquired ABK. End quote. Next up, content and services were up 61%, with Activision having contributed the majority, 58%. Xbox hardware revenue down 42%. Total Microsoft revenue for the quarter was 64.7 billion. Was about 15% plus. Net profit works out to be about 22 billion, which is about 10% plus. And net income for Xbox division isn't available as those breakdowns aren't included. Xbox are doing well across the board, really, thanks to the purchase of ABK. Shocking no one. Who would have thought it? When you put two gigantic companies together, both that are doing relatively well in the grand scheme of things, they make lots of money. Whoa!
I would never guess that.
I know, I would never have guessed it either.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the interesting thing to take away from this is that hardware being down 42%.
Is it interesting?
It sheds another light on why there's not so much a focus on them pushing that anymore, and it is very much the ecosystem.
Nah, bullshit. The reason why it's down this bad is because they don't care about their consoles. And they have shown time and time again they don't care about their consoles by the changes they have made and the comments they have made. I didn't have a meltdown on this podcast multiple times because of the way they spoke about console. That's why it's down 42%.
And that's someone literally like me, what I just said. That's what I said. I'm agreeing with you.
No, I'm not saying you didn't say that, but I'm saying, like, if anyone's surprised by this, it's crazy. And you're saying, but the way you said it was like,
I said it was interesting.
Oh,
no, you despawn. You're backtracking a little bit.
The way you said it was Okay, go on, Crash, please.
You said that the reason they don't talk about the console aspect of Xbox and they don't push it is because the sales are down. Is the way you worded that? Whether that was your intent,
That's how you worded it.
That is how you worded it.
That's not what I said. I said it's interesting that the numbers are down, and it makes sense why there's that focus on like the ecosystem, because the console obviously isn't the focus anymore.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is the reason why it is down is and that isn't what you said first of all. Okay. But the reason why it is down is because of the way they've treated console players. I am someone who we do a weekly Xbox podcast. If someone comes to you right now and says, "What console should I get?" Would you tell someone to get an Xbox right now?
No, tell them to buy a PC.
No, that's crazy talk.
Not really. I would do the same thing.
A PC?
I would tell people the same thing.
If somebody comes to you and they're like, "I'm in the market to get a console," and you tell them to buy a PC, you are so out of touch. What?
Oh, I'm not out of touch. I'm just saying to get the best experience, save your money. If I'm not talking about a 4-year-old kid here, Crash. Yeah. I'm talking about like if my cousin comes to me and is like, "Yo, I'm thinking about getting back into gaming." I'm not going to be like, "Yo," I'm going to say, "Go buy a PC. You're going to get the best experience of most things."
Yeah.
This is like going to a car lot and you're like, "I'm going to buy a Toyota today." And the car person's like, "I got this Lexus for you. Come on. You really want it." It's
you're assuming, no, it's not, because you're assuming that people can't afford the PC. I wouldn't say to my cousin right now, yet. So my aunt comes to me and says, "All right, I'm thinking about getting little Jimmy a Xbox. Should I do that?" I'm not then being like, "No, get him a $5,000 PC instead." You've got to set it up properly.
Yeah. It's like,
why do you keep saying Like, what do you mean?
Like, honestly, if I'd say, save up, get the PC. Like, because at the end of the day, like most Xbox games are on PC, PlayStation games are now
all Xbox games are on PC.
Yeah. True. Yeah, not every Xbox game is on console.
Exactly.
World of Warcraft. So yeah,
that's a good point.
And then
Candy Crush looking at you.
Yeah, Candy Crush. I mean,
do you think that comes to console? That's got to come to console at some point.
I don't know.
No.
Did you know there's a match-free game within the Xbox app on your phone?
No,
I did not.
Yeah, you get 5 Microsoft points for playing it every day.
Huh. You play it every day?
No. But every now I go. So what I do is I'll go in to check a phone, like if a game's available or something like that, or what price it is or whatever, and then I'll see that I get the 5 points for it, and then I'll play it. But yeah, I don't go in every day. But yeah, there you go. Quick tip for you: get 5 extra points every day.
The big takeaway from this, from me, like Xbox are doing well. Yeah. Like we can sit here and say anything net income profits of 22 billion. Yeah, I think they're doing just fine.
Yeah, I think it's also like it's hard to up the sales revenue for consoles when you have the Series X existing, and that already put the people who are probably on the edge of buying one have probably already bought the Series S, and the people you have left are the people that need a game to go and buy an Xbox, and so that's just hard to do when you don't really have anything like that available on the console right now. I think next year with Indiana Jones or something like that, you might see that number uptick a bit, but I don't think it'll ever go into, I'd say it probably doesn't go into the positive at some point during the series.
For the rest of this generation.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes into positive again. No way. I'm happy to be shocked. By the way, I don't know if I said Xbox's total revenue was up 22 billion. Microsoft's total revenue is up 22 billion, just so we're perfectly clear there.
Yeah, for the quarter as well.
Yeah, for the quarter. Yes.
Like 3 months, they made 22 billion profit. I think Microsoft are doing okay.
I can't wait till they let go more people.
Speaking of letting go of people, Crash, not this morning, but Bungie shared an update that they are letting go of. I was about to say 22 million. Jesus Christ, that would have been crazy. 220 roles at Bungie. I'm throwing this to you because I'm sure you're the most informed on all of this. Talk to me. What the hell is going on?
I think, long story short, Destiny is Bungie is the studio that they were is no more. I've been following this story for the last week about what's going on, just to be like, who's Like, why are we letting people go? Who's in charge of this decision? Why are these specific departments? Who's making this happen? And it basically feels like out of touch CEOs trying to stave off Sony taking over.
I think this is it. That's done.
You think this is
mistaken. Yeah, because they went into the red.
Okay.
I think that's whoever the CEO is, I forget, Paul, whatever his name is.
Is that the cause?
Yeah, the car guy.
Yeah, yeah. He bought $2.3 million of cars since the Sony acquisition, Activision,
and showed people as well. He didn't. He didn't just buy them and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep that silent. Don't worry about what I'm up to." No. Yeah. Hey guys, look at my new car collection.
Yeah. So I read a particular story which was basically there was again, this was from Liana Rupert, if Hippie on Twitter. She used to be in the community team at Destiny, and she told a story online where she was very specifically, she was talking about how they were struggling to afford food that week. And this Paul Parsons came up and just said, "Come, you're welcome to come around to my house and look at my cars." Totally unrelated to the subject they were having. And it was just like, it's how out of touch do you have to be?
Yeah, there's been a few employees that have sort of been let go or have been let go in the past that have sort of come out to talk against him and been like, "Hey, I know that one employee was like, hey, this isn't a Sony thing. This is specifically a Bungie thing. It is the CEO's fault. He should let go, not be part of it, and he should turn down whatever money, like the deal that Sony would offer him, because he doesn't deserve it, or whatever the case is." Which I think is very telling. And like, honestly, if we're looking back at Bungie from even when they left Microsoft and they joined Activision, there's always been sort of something weird about the moves they make, and it's been very money directed, you could say. And so seeing how the CEOs sort of acted, you kind of like get a bigger picture of that now, which is very unfortunate. The fact they're not making a Destiny 3, the fact that Destiny's not getting big yearly updates anymore is kind of crazy. That tells me the Destiny's all but dead to them. The other side project spinoff they had for Destiny got canceled. We know that there was going to be more layoffs, but some of them got pushed into Sony, and Sony took, I think it was like 150-ish employees or something like that. 70 of them opened a new studio, and then the rest of them went into various like management positions, I think, within Sony. So a little bit of a silver lining, however you could put a silver lining. Not as many people that were originally going to be let go ended up being let go to a degree, right? This new story still absolutely sucks.
Oh yeah, it's obviously thoughts go out to anyone whose roles were eliminated at Bungie. We've got a question here from Eldozo that says, "An easy question that may not result in an easy answer. Has buying Bungie been a net positive for PlayStation?"
No. They got like I feel like PlayStation got like hard scammed on this purchase.
Yeah. Well, so I saw a report that came out the other day about Microsoft were looking into rebuying them again, right, with the success of Destiny years ago. And apparently when they looked at like the way the company's being run, they were like, "Oh no." Apparently they've been hemorrhaging money for years and years, which obviously plays credit to what Chris was saying about the CEO stories and stuff. PlayStation have definitely not come out of this positively. Probably. I mean, it was a lot of money, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember how much it was.
3.6 billion.
Okay, there you go. So they've got that. And what
it's 3.6 or 3.2. Yeah, something like that.
They've got Destiny updates, which not everyone's been a fan of. They've got Bungie directly influencing the cancellation, as far as we're aware, have been directly influencing the cancellation of other live service games within PlayStation.
Which
3.6, by the way, you're correct.
Okay, there you
go. Yeah, when you look at sort of the way they've been managed, and you go back to the Last of Us conversation of the reason Last of Us multiplayer got canceled was because they were essentially like, "Hey, you guys have to turn into a live service studio and whatever the case, and like it'll cost a lot of money, whatever the case is." And then you look at how Bungie's been running, it's like how much of that was accurate, like based off Bungie's personal experience, with which they've been, you would assume they've been mismanaged with them hemorrhaging money, right?
Yeah.
So then how much of that influenced the decision on Last of Us, and how much of that sort of wasn't necessarily an accurate description on that, right? An accurate like sort of assessment of the Last of Us situation based off personal experience that was skewed.
Yeah.
I think stuff like that's kind of interesting to look at, but yeah, no, this is no way this was this is probably one of the worst acquisitions we've seen in a while in the gaming space.
Yeah.
3.6 billion.
Yeah. Half of Bethesda's cost.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, God. When you put it like that, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They bought half of Bethesda and got, at this moment,
Some
2
updates.
DLCs and 2 expansions and a couple of small DLC points as well.
Yeah, theoretically, it was a great idea, right? You buy Bungie, you get Destiny, you get whatever they're working on next, you get the expertise in live service games, and they walked away with what seems like none of that, because I don't think they've had a successful live. You have Helldivers, I guess, but Helldivers, how much would you put that on Bungie being influential in that, right?
No, yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So it seems kind of
probably,
like a...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's because they're not influential. It did so well until Sony hit it up with their requirements.
Yeah.
Question for you guys on this. Now that, like, again, as we said, we're probably, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but we assume that Bungie is basically going to be brought fully into Sony's ecosystem now.
Whoa. Let me stop you right there, D-Spawn. Snitch, I don't know if I said that correct. 7122 says, with the layoffs at Bungie, do you still think they will have their independence? I feel PlayStation will have a much bigger say on what they're doing going forward. Carry on.
So my question isn't specifically that, but like, do we think they still have their independence? I guess we can answer that first, and I can ask my question. I think there'll be a lot more oversight, especially with some of the information that's come out.
Their independence is gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Because we know what the contract is because of the Activision situation. It was like if they go in the red, like Sony moves however many people into the board and they have like a bigger influence or whatever the case is. Yeah. Like that, like the independence they had before is gone. It's whatever Sony were to get out of the deal that's has happened at this point.
Yeah,
like there's.
Yeah. So again, my question was going to be, if like Sony are like fully taking control now, which we think they are, do you see Marathon coming to Xbox anymore?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Only because they said it will, right? That's already come out and they've said, I don't think Sony are going to, I think you're going to see more eventually. I'm not saying now, but eventually, maybe next generation of Xbox, you will see their PlayStation games come to Xbox as well. Maybe not the latest Last of Us and things like that, but like Helldivers 2 and things like that.
The live
I feel like I feel like you're going to see it. You have to. Look at the industry. Look at the state the industry's in. Like they have to just keep making as much money as they possibly can. Why turn down a whole platform?
Yeah, I think the same conversations we had with certain Bethesda IPs and Activision IPs when Microsoft bought them, although Microsoft bought them for a higher amount. Bungie's still not like a cheap purchase. So I do think you will see Marathon go over to Xbox for that reason, even if there was the opportunity for them to make it exclusive. But also I think just Bungie itself, the situation it's in, is an interesting point for like Sony to test out also putting games on the Xbox. Those like first party Sony games through Bungie on Xbox and see how well they do over there.
Yeah,
I think it's just learning the process as well, right? Yeah. You're always scared of what you don't know.
Yeah.
Me and Haley were talking about this last night about something, and like once they've done it once and it's been successful, it's a bit like Sony with PC. As soon as they got one that worked and the port was decent enough, and the audience was receptive to it, they're like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this more.
Yeah,
and I think the same thing will happen with like a Marathon and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with Xbox side, like Sea of Thieves did gangbusters on Sony when that got pre-orders up. So yeah, I think like you said, the live service probably will be the benchmark for coming everywhere. But yeah, those single player games will be the ones that they keep trying to keep exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed. Next up, not really a news story, but just a piece of information that came out. Undead Labs has been working with Obsidian Entertainment to bring the shared world feature from Grounded to State of Decay 3, enabling a true open world owned by multiple players. This is absolutely huge news. Obviously, my biggest critique of State of Decay 2, biggest critique amongst other things, but was the multiplayer. The way the multiplayer works is dreadful. It's awful. It doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel intuitive. It doesn't feel like a real world. It's like, hey, you can pick up these things, and you're that color, so you can pick up these things. It's like, no, that's not what a zombie apocalypse survival game should feel like.
It was also it wasn't very good for the player that wasn't hosting as well, specifically because like if you can bring in your own characters that you want to use in there, but like they don't have any real world like effect within that world, and you can't really take anything with you, and if you die you still lose that character, so there's really no positive for you to do that. But this I love, like the grounded like implementation is fantastic. It's very similar to how Minecraft Realms works as well. So it is a hosted server that just sits there and is available for you to use. And just give access to the people you want to give access to. I see this being a fantastic addition to State of Decay.
That by itself gives it a point more on the review when it comes out. So
currently sitting at 2.
No, it's not a 1 right now.
Well, you're getting zombies shooting in the face, and you're getting
zombies could be broken.
All,
zombies could be broken.
What's the game that came out?
Day before. I know exactly.
Zombies you could shoot, right?
Sure.
I never got to that part, so I don't actually know that zombies you could shoot.
Yeah, no, I did. I shot a zombie. It was
okay. So there you go. Like
meaningless.
I didn't. I never got to shoot a zombie in the day before ever.
Did you not? Oh well.
So we can't you can't give it free points for that.
I just say get good.
Man, I'm still upset about that game.
That game is
still upset
but
about
this
that
sounds
game.
like this is kind of leaning into what we want from like an open world zombie game, right?
We'll see. From what they've shown, like gameplay wise, yes. But they haven't shown like building features and things like that yet. And State of Decay's that side of the game has never been that.
It's
fun.
never been the attraction.
Yeah, well, like it kind of is, because like you set up, but it's literally on State of Decay 1 and 2. It's literally just like, oh, here's a space. You're going to build a health, like a bed for resting. Click, build. Yeah. It's not like you go out and like you have to have the resources to do it, but it's not like if they're going to go more like grounded, not even Minecraft. Like it's not even like if they go the grounded route and like there is a level of, I'm not saying it's going to be like grounded, but if they do have a level of like you are going to build. Here's the skeleton of where the area is, and we're going to put a couple beds down for you automatically, but you can still build around it and stuff. That would be cool. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I don't think that's what State of Decay is.
I think, they're basically going to, from what I feel like State of Decay 3 is, it's just going to be a step up from what State of Decay 2 was, with additions like this that kind of like are what you want from a quality of life kind of side, where like those constant evolving worlds that you can just jump in and out of without having to wait for one person to be online. Like I love that. I think it'd be great. I think having a like say for us like of 4 people, if Matt's alive by that point.
He's not. COVID killed him.
COVID killed him. Okay. So we'll replace him with an AI robot and have those 4 people, 3 people in an AI robot, like just being able to jump in and out of a world. And, like say one of us wants to go live at one point, or like we're going to go jumping into the world and like someone can jump in with us and,
If there's enough to do, that's the only thing that worries me. Like as long as there's enough to do in the world, and again, you're yet to see that with State of Decay 3 yet. But yeah, if there's enough to do and there's a good gameplay loop there, yes. Yeah. But if it is similar to the way State of Decay 1 and 2 is, it will get old very quickly. Even with the changes to the open world and stuff. If you go in and you've already knocked out all the houses in this area, and then I log on, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to go this way now. That doesn't have that same sense of exploring that you would want. Again, do we know? Maybe there's a case of, they're going to have, from what I want from it, I want it to feel like Walking Dead. That's how I want it to feel. Like it's always growing, it's always building. Like some other crews built up in real time, built up an outpost, and then you can go fight them. Like that's what I would love. This needs to be the AAA State of Decay. We've been waiting for this. Like we've been waiting for the big change. So graphically looks amazing. This open world stuff looks amazing, but There's
You
more.
want like a procedural generated evolution to it of like this area will get infected sometimes. There'll be people
Which they
who set
have.
up
They
in
already
this
have
spot.
that. They do have
I was
that.
gonna
They do
say,
have
but you
that,
want it
yeah.
like a deeper system than that.
I would like that. Yeah. Again, I want the AAA version of that. I don't want currently what you have is this part of the map is infected and it's red, and that means it's a little bit harder. And you still want to go in there because there's stuff in there, but
So
I want it to be built bigger than that.
So something that they added into the Juggernaut edition, I don't know when they added it in, but they
I don't think I
like,
played that. So
okay, so they have these modifiers that happen randomly throughout the world, which is really cool. So you can get ones where killing zombies will like certain zombies will spawn that you'll be able to like kill. You can only kill them from headshots, or if you kill them, they will explode, similar to the way that the blobs do, or they will spawn a specific area where you have to go find an item that's like maybe a highly armored area, so like lots of armored zombies are around.
Yeah.
So those kind of things happen within the world. But I think what you're saying is that you'd like it maybe. It'd be nice if you could have like, I almost want to say the almost MMO style thing where you can have multiple player groups within one world. Would be nice.
No. I'm not saying that. I understand. I would love that. I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy that, but I don't think that's what we'll get. What I want is if we are all going to share a world, which I am all for, by the way, especially as someone who loves role playing and things like that, right? Like if it's a case of like we all log on and then we can only use in-game mic, what?
State Decay RP.
Imagine. I'd love it. But what I do want is like an ever-growing world. I want it to be a case of like, you've cleared out an area, and I don't want it just to be a case of, oh, the area has now been resupplied. Like, I want a world reason for why it's been resupplied. Like a group of other civilians who wouldn't join us have gone in there, or the quote-unquote bad guys, Negan's crew have gone in there now, and now it's our job to go back there and take it back over, like stuff like that. But stuff like that. But again, I'm very excited for State of Decay 3, and everything they've said and shown so far has me looking forward to the game very much so. Next up, Gamescom. Over 50 games are going to be playable at Xbox booth at this year's Gamescom. Playable, we're going to go through them really quickly. Age of Mythology, Retold, Ara, History Untold, Diablo, Vessels of Hatred, Fallout 76, Milepost Zero, The Elder Scrolls Online, Gold Road, Towerborn, Star Wars Outlaws, Ark 2, Space Marine 2, Atomfall, Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, and many more. Is that what that's called? And many more?
No, and there will be many more
and many
games.
more games. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a second.
That's a really shit. The Heart of Chernobyl and many more.
That's what I thought. I was like, there's no way it's called that.
That's why they delayed it, because I've got to make them many more.
And many more, yeah. To go along with that, you're going to have theater presentations for Avowed, Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, and Starfield Shattered Space. Xbox's biggest Gamescom. They did say it would be their biggest Gamescom, and they haven't lied here. I mean, I'm kind of wish I could get my hands on Stalker 2, really. That'd be the biggest, the game that I would want to play most there.
Indie for me, I think.
Yeah,
this is me personally. I'm a huge indie fan. So.
Yeah. Crash, what would you want to play?
Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's one that I'm like, visually, I've never liked the looks of the Marine, but that game also seems interesting. That it's like I'd want to try it because that's something that I could see myself really enjoying.
That'd probably show well as well at a showcase.
Yeah, being able to get hands on and slap hundreds of hordes. Like, I love that what they're doing with the kind of like the horde tech of like just all those kind of xenomorphs attacking you. Another thing that's not on this list, which we talked about briefly earlier, is the Forza Horizon 5 update that's coming. That they've said that's going to be shown at Gamescom as well. So if you're a Horizon 5 fan, keep an eye out for that.
Fair enough.
What about you?
Also, like I say, I would have went Stalker 2 personally.
Yeah, not the many more.
No. You know me at these showcases. I don't play anything. No. I turn up for the people. I don't play any games.
True.
Xbox are also doing their live from show floor broadcast. Going to be hosted by Xbox On, which is their UK team. It's going to be happening from August 1st to August 23rd. I'm a little bit sad by this, this is the way they're going to present the data, present the information. I was hoping for like one big broadcast, and then they do this as well as. But it looks like that's not what Xbox is going to be doing. So that's like probably better from like a 3-day trickle effect of information is probably better. But I just don't want to sit there and watch a bunch of interviews. I just want to watch interviews and things like that. Unfortunately,
you want the sizzle reel, yeah.
Yeah, I've become TikTok brained, I think.
I'll be honest, you're probably going to get that from the This Week in Xbox kind of thing, if that's all about.
I don't think they do that.
That's the thing. Or maybe the next Xbox podcast will have a Gamescom special.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch that either. I just want to watch a presentation and give me what I care about. And then, exactly. Give me my ads. I've given you my time. You give me the ads. Yeah. Simple. Yeah. Whose turn is it to do Guess That Game? Do we know?
I don't know, but I did pick out a game. I believe it's me.
It's got to be Crash. It has to be. It has to be Crash. Crash, talk to me about Guess That Game.
So Guess That Game is the game show where one of whoever's hosting that week picks a game that the other two or other three, when Matt's here, have to ask questions, yes or no questions, and I answer. And then after an allotted time, 1:30 seconds, you both have the opportunity to guess the game. What's the score right now, Fix?
You don't need to tell us that. No, we don't need to know.
I want to hear the score.
Currently sitting at the top of the pack is the one and only you, Crash. In second place is me on 6 points. You're sitting at 9, by the way. Despawn currently sitting with 5 points in third, and Matt, who is dead to COVID, is sitting at 3 points.
All right.
I really hope Matt's not dead. I'm just saying.
I don't think he is.
He's not. He responded. He threw some shade at Fix.
Yeah, I don't think he is, but you know.
Who knows?
All right. I'm going to start the timer. We're going to go. Let me move this over, I'm going to start the timer. We're going to go Fix, then despawn, okay?
I hate this.
Xbox 360 generation.
Yes.
Xbox exclusive?
No.
Third person?
Yes.
Action adventure? It tells you the genre.
Technically. Action. It's action.
Action. Okay. Male protagonist.
You said male? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Shooting?
Yes.
EA published?
No.
Activision?
No.
Rockstar?
No.
Capcom?
Nope.
Indie dev?
Nope.
Ubisoft?
Nope.
Is it one of the big 3 publishers?
What would you consider the 3 big publishers?
Just
Activision. I would say no.
EA, Activision, Xbox. No. Okay.
Is it a modern day setting?
No.
Are you predominantly shooting people?
Yes.
Okay. Is it an RPG elements to it?
I do not believe so.
Okay. Any publisher bad? 2K?
No.
Take-Two?
No.
We're fucked. We are so fucked.
Oh God. All right, go through what we have. No. Don't do that. Don't pity us.
Don't pity us. Pity us, please. Okay. So we got Xbox 360.
Yep.
Action game. Male protagonist. Predominantly shooting.
Third person.
Not exclusive.
So yeah, and it's
not EA, not Activision, not Ubi,
not Capcom,
not Capcom,
not 2K.
It was weird on the action question.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what you would classify it as. Don't read too much into that.
The majority of the things you are doing are shooting things.
Yeah.
Trying to think
I don't think you guys get this. You sure you don't want? You sure you don't want to hit?
I mean, do what I did last week and give us one question each, maybe.
Okay, you guys got one more question each. I'm gonna give you guys another 30 seconds though. After 30 seconds,
just despawn. Just despawn.
Just despawn.
Is there multiplayer?
No.
Okay.
So you can ask one question, Fix.
Single player, major publisher.
Did we asked about Supernatural, right?
No, I asked if it was a modern day setting.
Is it Supernatural?
I don't believe so. I wouldn't classify it as Supernatural, even if there was Supernatural elements, though.
Okay.
I'll say it's futuristic. That's what I'll give you.
Oh, God.
360, third person shooter, futuristic, action, single player.
So I've got one, but I don't think it's right.
I've got nothing.
All right, I'm gonna need to push you guys for an answer here.
Okay. Well, I've got an answer if you want it.
Yeah, go on.
Fix. Fix has to answer first. Since you have an answer, write it down.
We didn't say. Oh wait. Oh no, because maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna go with this anyway. I don't need to write that. He's not gonna say what I'm saying.
Okay.
Wait. No, I can't. Yeah, no, you would know that. No, it's not. No. Did we ask first person or third person?
Third person.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, what's your answer, Fix?
Prey.
Okay. Despawn?
Max Payne.
No. You guys are both incorrect.
Okay.
It was Vanquish.
Vanquish?
Yeah.
No one knows about that game.
Sega. It's a platinum game.
But you know what? I'll keep it a buck. Even if I had got Sega,
I want to go Vanquish.
I would have got that, and they're definitely not a top 5 publisher. Let's keep it a buck, all right?
I don't know what you classify as top 5. The reason I asked top 5 is because you asked 3 studios beforehand that I would have considered top 5. So I was like, I don't know why he's asking that question when he's already asked about Activision stuff like that. So right. I don't know who he's referring
Vanquish.
To. Yeah.
Bro, that's niche as shit, bro.
That's not niche.
That is niche as shit. I've even forgotten that game existed until you just said it.
That's niche as shit. Whatever.
You didn't ask developers. You didn't ask nothing. You were going for publishers. Have fun with publishers, bro. What does that tell you all the time? That's to give you jack shit sometimes.
He's not wrong. It hurts, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. All right, moving on. Fix a sag. Let's get out of here and finish this show. Remember, you can email in myxboxmepodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter with the hashtag MXAM. You can follow me at MCFix. So Crash is at CrashNickPlays. Despawn is at Paul Despawn. And of course, you have the My Xbox and Me Twitter. First question, and of course the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. New people joining every day. First question comes from Anubis, who says, "With the Xbox 360 store closing, let's take a trip back. What is your favorite 360 game, and is there one you loved that wasn't well known?" Fresh, favorite 360 title to ever exist.
Gears of War 3.
Basic answer, but I respect it.
I respect it. If I said anything else.
Yeah, I know. I respect it. Why? Why was it your favorite experience?
The amount of time I put into that multiplayer, the co-op campaign. I just think it's probably my favorite multiplayer game to date that I've played. Like, I loved Gears 3. I put so much time into that game.
Despawn, you got one that comes to mind?
I mean, I hate to be the basic bitch as well, but I was going to say Gears, solely for the fact that one of my my best memories of playing Xbox is playing through the entire Gears series, only co-op with my housemate at the time. And yeah, playing through that series, just like the first time you chop somebody in half with that chainsaw is like one of the best moments in gaming to this day.
Yeah, no, obviously Gears is obviously up there. It's the game, the first ever game I played online. Mm-hmm. That's a lie. Ghost Recon, Pro Evolution Soccer 6, Gears of War. Those were the free games that I had when I got my 360. And yeah, that was just fantastic times, man.
What a time to be
fantastic time. The 360 was a time like no other.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a special another answer. Splinter Cell Conviction.
Great game.
Specifically the co-op.
Yeah,
I don't really care about the single player too much.
Yeah.
The co-op though was fantastic in that game.
The only
ending mission
The only game I took serious stealth with Haley. We played it together. And like, yep. Because you know what I'm like when it comes to stealth games. I'm just run and gun. Not that. I'll go with the one that you probably wouldn't expect. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. What a game that was on the 360. I remember I got it. I remember Haley got it. I remember her brother got it. And we ended up playing it all of the time. Like so much. I probably have a lot of hours in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
I'm surprised you didn't say Minecraft Fix.
No, I haven't said my main game yet.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
My main game is Grand Theft Auto 5.
That came out on 360.
Yep. Yes. It is one of my top 5 games of all time. It is a game that I still play to this date. Modded, but still a special game in my heart. Changed my life forever. I met Ed Sheeran because of Xbox 360 and Grand Theft Auto. Technically, if you want to bring it back far enough, like the amount of things that have happened in my life because of Grand Theft Auto 5 is definitely up there. Obviously, big shout out to Minecraft on the 360 specifically. I wasn't a PC player. So I never got to play Java and all that. But 360 Minecraft, I remember streaming that for a ungodly amount of hours. It was the 360. It's sad that this is what it feels like to get old. Like it's sad that store is shut. So I'm like, holy like Dead Rising. I remember when my dad first got the 360 in the shop. Again, for people who don't know, my dad owns a game shop. And yeah, he ended up getting that. He got Dead Rising was a release title. And I remember playing Dead Rising for the first time and being like, holy shit, look at the amount of zombies on screen. And I'm doing this and I can run into this store and run into that store. All the things you used to say about Grand Theft Auto, like, oh, why is the shops not open? Why can't I smash through this window? And then on Dead Rising, you could do it all. You could smash through windows. You were picking up all these different items. Oh, I remember back when I played Resident Evil, right? Like you see Kendo's gun shop and couldn't get in there or something. You'd be like, oh, just take all the guns off the wall. Why don't they just take all the guns off the wall? And then like Dead Rising comes out and it's like, there's the golf shop. Here, take the golf club. And you're like, wait, what do you mean? Like, that was a special moment. What else have I got up there? Call of Duty. I think it'd be unfair to not mention COD 4, my first multiplayer Call of Duty game that I took serious. Everybody playing that. And then last but not least, let's go with Rock Band. What a game! What a game! Yeah.
I was gonna say on the flip side of your Call of Duty, Battlefield 3, for me. That was the multiplayer game with me and my friends back in the day. Getting a Jeep, filling it full of C4 and driving it at a tank just is the best time. Or alternatively, putting a pile of C4 on the floor and driving a tank over it and launching it and taking out a jet fighter from midair in a tank.
The 360 was just one of those consoles, right? Like it's such a huge part of my life that I have so many special experiences. Rainbow Six Vegas 2, my first ever clan. I remember staying up until like 4:00 in the morning for a clan battle, and my mum saying, "Shut up! What are you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm in a clan match. I can't stop. I'm sorry." Like just because I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And yeah, man, there's Rock Band, Band Hero, Guitar Hero, like all those games, fantastic. And yeah, obviously the boys mentioned Gears. What a game! What a video game that was. Yeah, man, 360 store shut and gone forever, but that console will never be gone. I'm tempted to get, because obviously I got those 360s now. I saw there was someone who was like advertising like, yo, I can mod the console, by the way, so you don't have to, you can have every game. I'm like, I've got like 4 Xbox 360s. Getting a modded one just so I own every game is not the worst idea.
What's that wording?
Mod?
No, not that. You said you'd own every game.
I would have access to every game.
There we go. Because Fix owns a physical copy of every game that he would play on his modded Xbox.
I would only play the games on there that I own already physically.
Yep.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Oh God, what's this guy? Nerd? God.
Moving
Moving on, Origin Cookie Man says the cheapest way to play COD on a next-gen console whilst getting early access to the beta/pre-owned bonuses is using a Series S plus Game Pass before October 25th. Knowing roughly 50% of COD players are on previous gen PlayStation 4, what portion might be tempted to switch to Game Pass, i.e. Series S plus Game Pass or PC plus Game Pass versus PlayStation 5 plus £60? Not as many as you think.
No, we had this
Is Call of Duty
before.
on last gen?
That's a good question. I'm not too sure. Let me look. I'll look it up while you guys discuss.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Because I think the people who haven't moved on to the next gen aren't going to move on to the next gen now. They're not going to decide to. And if they do, and they're already on PlayStation, I don't think they're switching over to an Xbox.
I guess the question here is like, how many people do you think are going to buy a console for Call of Duty, right? Oh, I don't know. I just don't see if anyone who doesn't own a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, they probably just don't care about gaming. And I'm joking. There's people that don't own consoles that are still playing on last gen. I'm joking. But I still think people go with PlayStation 5.
It is available on PlayStation 4. They are on the Call of Duty website. There is a when you purchase it, is a cross-gen version.
Huh.
Yeah, so I don't think somebody will move forward specifically for that.
Unless they do a horrible Battlefield thing where certain modes are locked to next gen. I don't see it happening. But I think
coming to PlayStation 4. That's crazy.
Yeah, we've talked about it in the past already. Like, you've got your mate who will only play 3 games and he only buys those 3 games. There's a lot of people that will just play Call of Duty for a year and just buy the next one when it comes around. And there's a lot more of those kind of people than you think.
Yeah,
I don't think
a lot more.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be tempted to go to get a Series S just to play COD. I mean, I imagine there'll be a few, but all right, this is the time I'm finally going to get an next-gen console. It's an Xbox game now. I might as well buy the new Xbox.
I've had friends who still play Xbox, who play on their Xbox One, still play Smite regularly whenever I play with them. The longest time, which is crazy. That sentence is crazy,
Again, I think it is crazy, and I laugh and I smile and shit like that. I think I forget, and I will 100% admit, I'm the guy that got sent. I've been sent a PC.
Yeah,
I didn't buy my PC. I got sent the Xbox. I got sent the PlayStation. I'm in such a privileged ass position to be laughing at anything about when it comes to gaming is actually very rude of me. So I am sorry.
It makes sense for them. It's 100% absolutely. They shouldn't, because they won't use it enough. They only use it for one game. And that's a lot of people who play Call of Duty. They don't play enough other games to go and buy a PS5 or a Series X or even an S. It's $200 for console prices. It's cheap, but it's not really cheap. It's $200.
It's $200 for some. Yeah, again, it's hard, right? Because for us, it's our lives. Without our PCs and consoles, what else would we be doing? So there's a part of us again, I'll speak for myself. There's a part of me that's I couldn't live without my console or something that I can play games on, right? When I went to America, I was I even used the Samsung TV just to play a game of Fortnite so I could play a video game. We went to an arcade so I could play a video game. And I had my Steam Deck with me, but I'm just saying gaming is us. That's what we do. We're gamers. That's what we are. But other people, that's not what they do. They play a game when their friend wants to play a game, and that's Call of Duty for you. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think the percentages are going to be that high. I think, I don't think you're going to see people upgrade from a PS4 to a Series console. I think they're going to go to PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I think
they used to that as well. That's the thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, if you're already in an ecosystem that has access to it, you'll stick in that ecosystem. If you are, like you say, if you're an Xbox One or a PS3 gamer and this is the time you finally make the switch to a new console, you might see some of those go to the Xbox side because it's now an Xbox game and the marketing will show that this is the place to play it. But I don't think it's a huge number. Oh.
I also think it depends. Does your friend group use the PlayStation party chat function, or do they use Discord? Even on PlayStation using Discord? Because I think if your friend group only uses the PlayStation, random people won't want to use the Discord or whatever. Like, you're not going to switch over to an Xbox because you're not going to be able to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I forget about that as well.
Yeah, I think that's lesser now because both of them just use I think both of them use Discord as a native thing now, pretty much. Like, I think there's a little bit of a...
No, you have an option to do it.
No, you have an option.
Native.
Yeah, you have an option. Yeah.
I should probably set that up on the Xbox downstairs. Actually, I don't need to. I've got Discord on my PC.
Nah. They have just set up. They announced the other day you can finally watch streams for Xbox as well on Discord. Yeah. So they're updating it. It's always getting better. It's just, it's interesting. All right, boys, let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. Crash, what are you going to plug this week?
I'm going to plug the podcast reviews. I'm about to check if we got any new podcast reviews. If you haven't yet, I highly recommend you go leave a review. It helps the show. 5 stars, please. You can talk whatever shit you want about Fix specifically. Just leave a 5-star review, please.
Guys, we have a new review.
Oh
we have a new review.
Hit us with that review.
We have a new review. Oh my god. Wait. We have 2 new reviews. Wait. Huh?
Are you looking
this one coming from Sunday. Titled Crash.
Uh-oh.
Absolute legend Crash. Crash is my boy. The other guys are all right. From Johnny1317.
Hey, yo, Johnny1317, I rock with you.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I think you're all right. Who's this Johnny1317? Who is he?
He's
the best podcast listener.
Wait. Are you telling me there is somebody out there who listens to this show for Crash?
That's crazy. What can I say?
I mean, I listen to it for Crash, so...
There you go.
Hey, Crash.
I just want to let you know, if in the future...
5-star, by the way. 5-star,
I want you to know that if my attitude on this podcast changes in the future and I act like a big shot, you can point that review.
Is this the moment? Is this your 33?
This is the moment.
All right, next up, here we go. We had 2. So next one, title, great podcast, a 5-star. Just wanted to say how much I enjoy MXAM. It's a great listen for all things Xbox and just all-round conversation. I especially love the Guess the Game. Certainly a great addition to the podcast. Fixer, Crash, and Paul, you guys are all funny and entertaining, making the show definitely worth a listen. Keep up the great podcast, guys. Thanks. From Griffey Box TV 54. Let me just repeat this. Fixer, Crash, and Paul, you guys are all funny and entertaining.
Wow.
Did you notice someone was missing?
He said all the hosts, right?
Yeah, he said all the hosts right there.
Did you notice someone was missing?
He didn't mention Haley at all.
That's really weird. HR, like,
Haley does a lot of work around here, guys. You got to put some respect on her name, man.
The amount of complaints I've raised against Fix, the HR is working overtime.
Getting ignored, it's crazy.
It's almost like HR department is set up to protect the company. What?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the reviews. The UK wins once again. USA, you guys suck.
The last review we got, I just want to point out, has been from Fix.
No, it was from not.
It was from not Fix.
It was not Fix. My bad. I apologize.
What do you mean? It wasn't from me. What do you mean?
I apologize. Yeah.
I think there's someone from the UK. There's like every Sunday/Friday being like, yeah, can't wait to listen to my Xbox and me for Crash's opinions.
What can I say? They're wrong most of the time, but sometimes.
Hey, it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. They want to listen to them and they're excited for them.
It's true. It's true. Deesman, what are you going to plug this week?
I'm going to plug the YouTube. Go give some reviews over there and comments and stuff. We like seeing comments on the YouTube. I like reading through them throughout my day. So yeah, share something nice about the 3 main hosts.
I think everyone should put emotes of flowers in this week's podcast if you made it this far, to pay respect to the dead, which is Matt P video.
Yeah. For this week, the secret word is the flower emote in the YouTube comments.
Or do me a favor and everyone tweet at Matt P video and don't just so it's just a bunch of flowers and then at Matt P Video. No other context.
That's it.
Yep. Let him figure it out.
He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
Even like, oh god, I've got to listen to the podcast. I got to find out what they've said.
Exactly. What have I got to plug? Nothing. I'm currently on this weird what am I type of vibe right now. Am I a streamer? Do I want to go back to making YouTube videos? What am I? Whoa. So yeah, I'm probably going to put out a video really soon, just explaining why I killed my YouTube channel, and start bringing that back again. So if you do want to watch some YouTube content from me, youtube.com/mcfixer. And if you're into gameplay, youtube.com/moremcfixer. Just hard, need editors. Really badly need editors. That's where I'm at right now. But other than that, yeah, working on some stuff. Hopefully got some new stuff coming for you guys. But until next time, we will love you and leave you. See you all later. Boys!